How are we going, folks? Welcome back to the Nightmare Cabin. I've got an album review for you. So, yeah, we're going to talk about Levels of Perception by Pestilence, which, let's be honest, is getting a bit of a kick in at the moment. Pestilence seem to be getting a bit of a kick in at the moment. I don't know what exactly has gone on. They're clearly held to a different standard than most bands. I will say that in their defence. And I don't know what it is about Patrick Mameli as well. I don't know if he said something on Facebook once or something like that, but I don't know. He's a bit of a Lars Ulrich character where people that don't like, there's a certain group of people that don't like him, but when you say, well, what has he done wrong? They can't really tell you, you know. But anyway, this is a re-recording of a bunch of songs. So it's a best of. And according to the press release that came with the album, you can read this on the band's Bandcamp page, that they wanted to put out a best of compilation and they decided to re-record the songs. And apparently the drums were recorded on a live stream and the drum tracks turned out really good, so they recorded on top of them, which is okay, fair enough. And yeah, it's how it's come out. It's the execution of it that's had mixed results, shall we say. Now, I wanted to do this. Upon my first listen to the album, I thought this is pretty good. I don't know why everyone's got he's got the amp over. I enjoyed it, and yeah, thought it was pretty good. So I thought originally I was going to do this review, defending the album, and it's not terrible, but I felt some people kind of had their mind made up anyway. But I also feel people had their mind made up because people just don't like albums with re-recorded old songs, and I find myself defending them quite a lot. I mean, the main culprit is when Exodus re-recorded Bonded by Blood as Let There Be Blood. That one seemed to really upset people, and I honestly couldn't get my head around it. And I even remember, I think it was Terrorizer magazine, had Gary Holt sit down with the guy from Bonded by Blood. And Gary Holt was kind of like justifying himself to the Bonded by Blood guy. And I don't know why Gary didn't just turn around and go, fuck off, mate. I don't answer to you. I was shredding when you were in nappies, But it's the same thing with Anthrax did it with... I can't remember what the album's called now. It was the last thing they did with John Bush, funnily enough, where it was songs from the first 5 albums re-recorded with John. You normally get it with singers when a band does it with a singer when they get a new singer. Sort of look. Didn't Iced Earth do that once? Didn't they re-record the first couple of albums with Matt Barlow? Iron Maiden obviously did it with Bruce Dickinson. They re-recorded a load of Paul Di'Anno songs, but they were released as B-sides. And then Testament, First Strike, Still Deadly, did the songs from the first 2 albums re-recorded. You get the idea. And people just seem to get like their knickers in a twist about it, and I'm just like, I don't get what your problem is. It's revisiting, and it's a band just revisiting their old songs with 20 plus years experience, a new lineup, improved technology, so on and so forth. I don't see how it supersedes the original recording. If anything, it's to complement the original record. The original record was still there. A lot of the times, you could see, like in the Taylor Swift example, where she re-recorded her first 6 albums, it was a way of regaining ownership. I think that was a reason Annihilator did it, because they can't get hold of, they can't retain their first couple of albums, so they re-recorded songs from those albums in order a way of, I don't know how they do it, but basically these albums are sitting there owned by someone else. How about we re-record those songs and then people can stream them and listen to them or buy the CD and the money goes to them. So a band always has the right to do whatever they want with their songs, basically. And I see a re-recorded album as a stopgap release, and I'd much rather a stopgap release where the band re-recorded a load of old stuff rather than a covers album. Who name someone who's done a good, they're enjoyable, but you kind of just fling them aside, don't you? And live albums are good, but some bands you can have too many live albums. So yeah, I just saw it as a stopgap release to be enjoyed or ignored, and I've got nothing against them. With that massive long caveat out of the way, this isn't right. Like I say, upon initial listen, I enjoyed it, but then I got all the songs in their original form lined up as a playlist on YouTube, and then got this album and kind of flicked back and forth playing. Oh dear, there isn't a single song where this improves on the original. And not only that, a lot of the songs on this are from fairly new material. Like some of these original recordings aren't even 5 years old. I mean, there's songs from Exitivum, whatever it's called, or Hadian. Like the last, how many albums have they done since the reunion? So Spheres was in 1993. There's nothing on that. 2009 was when Pestilence sort of relaunched. And so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 albums since then. And a good chunk of these are from those 5 albums. And 2009, which I suppose is 14 years now, 15 years. But Exitivum, I think it is. Why did I need to re-record stuff off that? Like, it's a new album. There was one song as well. I think it's Morbius Propagate. I can't read it. Propagationim. I can't even read. I don't know. No, I'll tell you which one it was. Was it Sinister? Off of Doctrine. That was really good. And I was just like, and then I flicked back and it was just like, oh dear. If anything, I mean, it made me want to go re-listen to the old, to these albums. And the main reason I bought this, I mean, I've got all the Pestilence albums anyway, and I do intend on doing a retrospective one day. He says every album he reviews. So, but yeah, I think what would have, it's been sold as a re-recording of the songs, but I think it would have been better as just in studio live recording or rehearsal, because it sounds like a rehearsal. These songs sound like they're playing next door. Like the I don't want to be one of these people that bangs on about sound, but the sound really isn't. You put the original studio track on and it's bang, it's up in your face. And I thought it was something to do with the way my laptop burnt it, or the way it was on my phone. But then I put the Bandcamp even. I thought, maybe the Bandcamp files, something's gone wrong with them, so let's put the YouTube one on. So I've got 2 YouTubes, and flicking back, the sound is definitely apparent that something's not right. And there's some of the riffs, it's just like like they're choppy and I've got like a twist to it, and the drums like and it's just it's just played really, like all the choppiness and all the the quirkiness and the twists are taken out of it, and it's just like, I don't get what they were trying to do. So they're going, oh yeah, that's the reinterpretation. It's like, yeah, well, it's not for the better. So yeah, not quite sure what they were trying to achieve with this, and I don't think they've really, failed experiment, I think. Like I say, stick it on and it plays itself, and it's enjoyable enough, but it's not really added anything to the catalogue, I don't think. So and like I say, what's really bad is when you listen to the original studio tracks, it doesn't sound better than any of them. Now, if it had done something off the first couple of albums, re-recorded with today's lineup, today's technology, recording equipment, today's amps, all that good stuff, you can see it. But when you got stuff off your last album on here, it's just a bit, like I say, if if it was a soundboard recording, a live rehearsal, maybe a live stream that they did that they've just recorded, or even just a live rehearsal. That would have suited it better, and you'd probably be a bit more forgiving. But a re-recording takes the thing that you've gone into the studio and actually re-recorded the songs in full again. And some of these, I mean, some of them they sound like demos, So yeah, an odd one for completists only, I'm afraid. And I don't like giving negative reviews, and but one has to be honest, and I did pay for it, so. But that's not to say I don't like Pestilence. I do intend on doing a full retrospective at some point, so look out for that. Are you a Pestilence fan? I mean, another thing with Pestilence that I think's a standard that they're unfairly held to is that they seem to be forever in the shadow of their first 4 albums. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think of the post-reunion stuff? What do you think of those first 4 albums? What do you think of this? And what do you think of Pestilence? Let me know what you think of this, because I'm a little bit not sure what to think, really. There you go. That's about all for now. Thanks a lot, everyone. I'll see you later.